Hello and welcome to my trophy guide for Minecraft PlayStation 4, and you can tell it's PS4 because I have my my Clank skin from Ratchet and Clank. So this skin is also on PS3, but this trophy is only for PlayStation 4. And I've made the user interface, the bar at the bottom, very big because it might be hard to see on YouTube, so I made it a little bit big, and I've made it so it's not transparent. So these are the things you're going to need for this this guide. So you're going to need to make every single color of wool, and to get the wool you can kill the sheep, but you'll get more wool using shears. So I recommend making shears and getting a load of wool. As you can see, you only need 16 wool. It needs to be white wool because you can't craft other colored wool into the the color you want. So you can't craft pink wool into red wool. It's just something weird about the console version of Minecraft. You need white wool. But if you use shears like I have, you see I've got 30 spare here. So you're going to get a load if you use shears. And you'll also need a sword. I'm using a diamond sword. You don't need a diamond sword. You don't even need a sword, to be honest. It's just a lot easier if you do. And that's used for killing the squid to get their ink sac. And if you're wondering about the texture pack, this is the fantasy texture pack that's only available on console Minecraft. So what you're going to need is 6 pieces of bone meal, 6 pieces of rose red dye, which is I'll go over to the main ingredients you need. So you need I think you get free bone meal for bones. Let me just check. Yeah, you do. So you're going to need 2 bones to make 6 bone meal, 3 roses to make 6 rose red dye, 1 dandelion to make dandelion yellow, and there's a creeper spawning over there. I'll take them out quickly. You need to go to a jungle and get 1 cocoa bean. Very easy to do, and because you only need 1. 5 pieces of lapis lazuli. This is probably the hardest part because you need to go mining, but luckily 1 lapis lazuli ore usually gives you around 5 lapis lazuli anyway. And then you need 3 cactus green dye, which you get by smelting cactus. So you need 3 pieces of cactus smelted to get 3 cactus green dye. And then you need to kill several squid. Sometimes they don't drop any ink sacs, sometimes they drop 1, sometimes they drop 2, and if you have looting you can get even more, but on average you'll get 1 per squid. So that's what the sword is for. And we're going to start off now. So you already have the white wool, so we're going to craft a black piece of wool, a red piece of wool, a green piece of wool, a brown piece of wool, a blue piece, and then purple. We don't have purple dye, so you need to craft that using the dye we've made earlier. So here you go, purple dye. That's why we need extra rose red and lapis there for the purple dye. And then we can go back to our wool. We can make purple wool. Cyan, we need cyan dye. Luckily we have the ingredients for that because everything I've given you will give you the ingredients for everything else. So there's cyan dye, and now we can make cyan wool. Light grey wool, we need to make grey wool and then make light grey. So here's grey wool, or grey dye, and then light grey dye, and then light grey wool, and then pink wool, which you can actually get naturally. There's a 1 in 1,000 chance of a pink sheep spawning in your world, but it's very unlikely, so it's best to make it yourself. And I'm gonna kill this spider before he comes and kills me. Come on then. He's taking a lot of, I'm getting a lot of damage because I'm not wearing any armor, as you can see. So back to where we were. I think we left off on pink wool. So after pink wool is lime green wool. So lime green, there you go. You need lime dye, which is crafted by a cactus and bone meal. And we go back to the lime green. Yellow we've already got. We don't have to craft any extra dye. Light blue wool, we'll have to craft this. And that's here, light blue dye. Let me go back. Light blue dye. Now we need magenta wool, which is the hardest dye to craft. As you can see, there's many different ways. You can do pink and purple. You can do pink, blue and red, blue, red, red and blue. We're gonna go with this one, or yeah, let's go with this one. And then we have to craft our magenta dye, and then orange wool, which is we haven't made orange wool apparently, but I already have it in my world. So to get orange wool, what you need to do is you need to go and combine the red and yellows. And as you can see, we have enough red and yellow left over. So then you go and you make orange wool, and that is everything made. So that is how you get the trophy or the achievement, depending on which platform you're playing on. I got the trophy before before I made the orange wool because I already had orange wool in my world because I've been using it on some of my builds. But that's what you need. So that's all of your crafting, like all of your crafting recipes, everything you need. As you can see, I have a piece of bone meal left over, a piece of rose red left over, and then I have a ton of other dyes left from combining stuff. So you might have a few left over. It depends on what recipe you use for the magenta and the other stuff. But that is how you get the trophy, and I hope it helps you out. Bye.